And the fourth and final case study is by Anjula Jokanagain and Shaveen Singh, and I think Shaveen is going to present this one, towards greater industry-academia collaboration and achieving USB graduate attributes. So Shaveen, thank you.
Okay, thank you, and good afternoon to all of you. This is the last presentation, but it is indeed a pleasure to present in this forum. And I'm taking a twist away from Moodle, and I'll discuss a different technology in my presentation. But it's indeed a pleasure to present this exciting initiative from Faculty of Science, Technology and Environment through the School of Computing, Information and Math Sciences. And that is towards greater industry-academia collaboration and achieving USP graduate attributes. I think the whole of today and then in the past we have been listening about it. There's changing learning and teaching pedagogy. There's been changing or change in the expectation from the stakeholders. And you must have heard many times this morning, paradigm shift, changing curricula. One important thing to pick out is that nowadays or today, the learner has now become the co-creator of the teaching and learning process. So the knowledge in the education landscape, unlike in the past, now it's a partnership between the teacher and the learner. And the universities have a recent focus so that they accommodate the individual student learning and they try to achieve the graduate attributes of students so that they're nurtured and we enhance their professional growth. And the best way to ensure that the learners become professionals, because that's what is the expectation from the industry. The key term they use is work readiness or professionals, is to empower our students, because the learning journey is not a 3-year cycle, just the undergraduate, it's a lifelong journey. So if we empower our students, we expect that they will achieve what the expectation is. Now, what we have done at the faculty and in particular for our school in 2 of our programs, we have introduced the use of Eportfolios as a tool for student empowerment. Looking at the literature and the advocates of Eportfolios, they have identified Eportfolios as an excellent tool for student development. Okay, and I may quote that they say that it can enhance the learning outcomes of our students. It says that an e-portfolio is not just a haphazard collection of artifacts, but it's rather a reflective tool that demonstrates growth of our students over time. So what we're trying to do is for our programs, and specifically I would like to highlight the 2 new programs that School of Computing has introduced, that is Bachelor of Software Engineering and Bachelor of Net-Centric Computing. We have introduced the use of e-portfolios for professional development of our students. And in the e-portfolios, not only are we capturing the academic skills they have acquired, we allow the students to also reflect on their lived experiences and the professional skills they acquire. For example, if they go for attachments in the workplace, holiday jobs or whatever. So in the e-portfolio, they are able to reflect and link all these different aspects that help them become a professional. What we have done is we have framed what is to be put in the e-portfolio by the professional framework that is set by the accrediting body for these 2 programs, and that is the Australian Computer Society. Now, as per their definition of professionalism, this is what they say. A graduate should have understanding of the core body of specialized in-depth knowledge. And I think our university is doing that, an excellent job at that. We are teaching them the core courses in computing or whatever field they are doing. But there are some other aspects of professionalisms that they believe probably lack in our students. So in order to develop these professional skills like ethics, autonomy, leadership skills, and also for the graduates to realize that learning is a lifelong journey. They have to identify what their strengths are, but at the same time know that they have some weaknesses as well. So that's the framework that we are working around. So the approach is to introduce a course in this program, and I think it will be very soon passed through the Senate, and that is Foundations of Professional Practice. Now, this course is to prepare students for the transition from university to professional practice. And in this course, the students not only know or try to identify who they are, they also try to list down what they are capable of doing. Right? So they capture the different attributes that is required as per their program, and the core skills, the other skills, the soft skills that are required, it all gets captured as a portfolio. Now, the approach of teaching or delivering this course, we have proposed 3 methods. The first is workshops, right? We don't want to have a workload intensive course. There will be a number of workshops that will be conducted, but apart from that, the key point here is mentoring. So students in the semesters will get an opportunity to be mentored by industry professionals, not academics, but they get an opportunity to meet middle-level managers, senior managers in their discipline from the real world, and it gives them an evaluation or a reality check of what is expected of them and what they have actually achieved so far. And these mentors actually can guide them in their professional development aspects as well. And all this is captured and documented on an e-portfolio, which is the Mahara platform, which is provided by the LS team here at USP. Some more details about this course is that it's for the first time, I think at USP, it's the first e-portfolio development which is program-wide, and it extends over 3 years. So not in only in one particular year, but over the span of their stay in their degree program. They look at things like what they're good at. They look at things like their strengths, their professional capabilities, and while meeting with the mentors, if there are areas where they need to improve, what they can do. And of course, set the plan for the future. So it gives the students an ability to reflect on what they are learning, what they are achieving, and what they need to learn. Okay. The option to take or use an e-portfolio, what benefits we saw. Using an electronic portfolio has, as you are aware, has many benefits. The first, it has the ability to integrate many technologies. So they just don't have to upload evidences such as probably the assignments. Okay? If they have good presentation skills, leadership skills, they can have videos, they can have other forms of media displayed on their portfolio, probably something which they cannot do, cannot currently upload on Moodle. So that's one benefit of using ePortfolio. And it also is a more comprehensive representation of their work. Right? Not only their core skills, but the other soft skills they possess. It might be good leadership skills they have demonstrated for their rugby or soccer team, which can be highlighted in the portfolio. A presentation they have done probably at their community, in their community, that can be highlighted in the portfolio. And having an electronic portfolio also makes it easier to share the portfolio with probably the academics, or if with their mentors, and maybe probably later on with their potential employers. It also encourages more frequent communication, because in order to meet their mentors, they don't have to physically carry a file of what they have learned or what they have in this course, but they just share these links, and the communication can actually happen over email, over Skype, or the feedback options available on the Mahara system. They can also continuously update their portfolio because it's online from home or wherever they are. And it allows for asynchronous use by both students. So it doesn't mean it has to be complete before they give it to their mentor. While it's a work in progress, the mentor can always be giving them feedbacks. Generally, summarizing the facets that is captured, it's not only what they study and learn here, but other skills they possess, their life experiences, and their work experiences through their student life. What do we anticipate to get out of it from this particular course? Okay, first of all, self-awareness. We know that the students will be able to self-evaluate themselves. They'll know their own strengths, their own weaknesses. It will also foster individual ownership of their own learning. Right? So while discussing with the mentors, they get an idea of maybe the areas they need to maybe put more effort in. If their career goal is to become a network analyst, then they know they need to focus more on that particular uh, subjects, for example. Right? So getting a general degree will not make them a network analyst straight away. They need to probably specialize. And also, it raises professionalism and employability skills of our students. Right? The good thing is, in a semester, the student gets an opportunity to meet a prospective employer about 4 to 6 times. Right? So they get 4 to 6 job interviews every semester. Right? So it makes them more professional. It teaches them how to communicate with people in the real world. It also gives them an opportunity to assess, right, where they are at the moment. And of course, in the portfolios, we are making them more aligned to the professional needs of the industry. Of course, this is governed by the graduate attributes as to what the university thinks our graduates should have. But at the same time, it gets validated by the employers or the potential employers, whether they are requiring these skills. And the last point, and I guess one of the most important point, since these programs are for accreditation, the full accreditation of any program normally is awarded after meeting or the graduates have completed the program. So not only will our graduates get a chance to they will get a chance to interview our graduates, but they have some evidence or backing to support what they have learned throughout the program. So it becomes a quality control or a quality check of our courses within the program and the skill sets that they have developed through the program. Now, the achievements so far. This particular initiative started last year, and we have 74 students enrolled in the 2 programs. We have 15 people, volunteers from the industry, middle and senior managers who have agreed to mentor our students. And the current cohort is in year 2. Right? And it's pleasing to say that all the stakeholders so far have positively embraced this concept. So the mentors are giving us their time. The academics are supportive. The students are also working hard towards building their e-portfolios. We have also managed to standardize the template for the e-portfolio so that not only it meets the requirements of our program, but also what ACS, the accrediting body, wants to be reflected so that they can accredit our programs. So we have a template in place now. But of course, there's the other side of the coin, right? And that is the challenges. So faculty, mentors, and students, they are investing a fair amount of time, right? Some of them volunteering their time. So that's one of the challenge, especially mentors who are industry professionals. They get busy sometimes, business trips and things like that. So we have to make the schedule in such a way so that they can also devote the same amount of time any other mentor who is here full-time can provide to our students. The second challenge is familiarization with the tool. Happy to say the student end is okay because they have gone through UU100, a course that has been using Eportfolio for a number of years. But our mentors, some of them are not familiar, specifically with the Mahara platform. So we did some training, but when new mentors come on board, I think that is a challenge, just to get them more, settle down with the new tool we are using. And the third challenge is transparent goals and expectation for all parties. I think right from the beginning, we had to make sure that the students know the purpose of this course, this initiative. The academics, likewise the mentors, need to know what the objective of this was. Right? And time again, we have to remind them the objective so that they don't slacken off or things like that. And the last challenge I want to highlight, and probably is not an immediate challenge, but we'll face it with our first graduates, is privacy and security. That is, what will happen to this e-portfolio after that? Right? Because it has captured the entire learning journey. Of course, the students want to take it with them, right? But there are things in the e-portfolio where students have worked on projects for companies, copyright, those kind of things. So we'll have to probably think about that in the coming year. So finally, what we have done is showcase and try to answer the question, are students learning? And we have the ePortfolio, which captures the entire learning journey of our students. And we believe that it's a good way to show that, yes, students, what they are capable of, what they know. And of course, it helps them, helps us with accreditation. It helps us to evaluate our teaching. Are we teaching the right things in the course, which contributes to the program? And of course, what is expected by the industry. It helps evaluate courses. It helps evaluate our programs. Also, it helps evaluate personnel. The students know what their weaknesses are. These mentors sometimes learn from the students as well. While discussing with them, they try to see, okay, things happening in their profession, and they get to self-reflect on their practices as well. Right? So that's them. Of course, it's something very good for the career. It's a project for our school, and it captures, it's overall, it's a capstone project. So that's on this initiative. Thank you very much. I know you all are tired. If you have any questions, probably.